welcome, y'all, to another episode of Like Father, Like Son. Like I told y'all, my guy Kojo, the character, is off. He's on youth leave. Ha! Hope everyone's well this evening. I'm your host, Mr. Unknown, and we're getting into it this evening. Hope everyone is doing well. Look, let me tell you how my day started. Okay, because I'm on this daddy hype. I went on straight daddy hype. And what happened was I get up this morning, 9 this morning, and I just go. Get the kids up, wife sleep. We get up, go to the park, 9 o'clock. We get out there, tons of people. Everybody's masked up, having a good time. Stay out there probably about like an hour and a half or so. Maybe not that long, maybe about an hour. No, about an hour and a half. We kind of just hung out there. I did some stretching, got that in good. Kids running around. They're up, excited, early in the morning. No, we didn't have breakfast. Nope. We just got going. Then shortly after, kind of looking around, I'm thinking, do I want to go home yet? I'm like, no. I don't want to go home. So what do? We end up going to Subway. Now it's like 11:30. We're driving around. It's 11:30. Find Subway. Get us a foot long. They knock it down. I'm still not really hungry. I take a bite of the sandwich or whatever. They knock it down. After that, we end up at the park. Long story short, we don't get home till 3:30. 3:30. Just out. Spent a total of $11. Out from 9 o'clock till 3 o'clock. I did just about a shift. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. 6-hour shift. Pretty much, right? Not a shift when it's your children, but you get what I'm trying to say. So anyway, we're out having a good time. We're just out. So, hey, maybe that might assist somebody as they move on into their day. But what we do here is, in this household, we got to get up. We got to get up. We're not just laying in the bed all night, all day, sleeping all morning. That's not how we doing it. It's not how you get down. Okay. So anyway, that's what my day was like. Maybe your day was differently. So the discussion today is about this young man by the name of Booger McFarland, who is a ex-professional football player, a retired football player. He played defensive tackle for a couple of teams. He played for the Colts. He played for the Buccaneers. He won 2 Super Bowl rings. He's now ESPN analysis. And, he had a pretty solid career. He went to college at LSU, first round pick. So, a lot that was expected of him. And he pretty much performed. Right? So now he's in the role of a critiquer to critique people's play in the game of football, now working for ESPN. And so this young man, Dewayne Haskins, who is a quarterback who went to Ohio State, young guy, 23 years old, out of New Jersey. He just got released from the Washington Redskins. I believe it was either yesterday or today. And let's see. He has done some things that rubbed the organization the wrong way, made them feel uncomfortable with his performance and his behavior amongst the team. The last thing that he did before he was exiled from the team was he was out at a birthday party or a club or something along the lines without his mask. Videotapes, saw it, it was recorded. That was kind of like the last straw, and they got him out of there. So we've seen it before. He was the starter, then he got replaced, then he was started again, then he got replaced again. He got COVID twice. The coach on the team had cancer. So you're kind of risking people's lives in a lot of different circumstances. So it's a lot that's playing in this situation, right? So he's a second year quarterback. He went unclaimed on waivers Tuesday, a day after the Washington released him. So he was released on Monday. Okay. So he can get picked up, but most likely he won't. The season is coming to the end. Let's see. He had 2 years remaining on his 4-year contract, $14.4 million he signed as a rookie. He has a $4.2 million remaining in guaranteed bonus money that nobody was willing to take on after his release. So, right, he got some money. Okay, so what did he say? He had 2 years remaining on his 4-year contract of $14 million. So if you cut 14 and a half, what's that? 7 and 7. So he got roughly $7 million already, and then $4 million that was guaranteed. So maybe he didn't get the whole 7 because they work a little dirty game in the mathematics and money in the NFL. So this young man, Booger McFarland, who was the ESPN analysis, am I saying that right? Analyst, ESPN analyst, do excuse, and critiquer and a critic of sports, specifically football. So he made some very strong comments about Dewayne Haskins. Now, like I said, this, a young guy coming into the league, 23 years old. A lot of times we get these players, the NFL get these young players. The NFL is made up of approximately 70% of African-American, Black individual men. And we know the story that a lot of Black African families try to get their kid to play this sport because they know that it gets the king ransom, the millions of dollars. But in return, we know that the facts are the average NFL player only plays 2 to 3 years before they are cut and they are no longer NFL football players. 2 to 3 years. That's the average. But we see Tom Brady, Cam Newton, Russell Wilson, and all of these phenomenal players, and we see the faces of the NFL, the faces. And so we think, oh, no, there's no way that these players are only playing that short time before their career is over. But the fact of the matter is that really is the time. So Booger McFarland, let's see here. Let's get a little detail. Let's say no. Okay. So Booger McFarland says that he's seen this happen before. Matter of fact, I'm going to play some of this. Let's see here. Let me see here.
To the game, I don't perform. Dewayne Haskins, unfortunately, is not the first case.
Let's back it up, sir.
A bit, especially.
Hold on. This is
unfortunately
accomplished in Washington, now on the street.
Here we go.
Unfortunately, I've seen this too many times. Played in the NFL almost a decade. You played a long time. We've been around it for a long time. And oftentimes young players, especially, and I'm going to go here, especially young African-American players, because they make up 70% of this league. They come into this league and they ask themselves the wrong thing. They come into the league saying not, how can I be a better player? They don't say, how can I be a better teammate? They don't say, how can I be a better person? How can I get my organization over the hump? Here's what they come in saying. They come in saying, how can I build my brand better?
Now
we played a long time. We've been around it for a long time.
Now that right there, him saying why that they don't come in trying to make themselves better. They don't come in trying to make the organization better. They just come in trying to make their brand better. I mean, how do you know that? Why are you going so hard in the paint? And as a former NFL football player, what are you doing? Are you going out and helping? I don't know. Just the way he's coming off so harshly on, you're not trying to help out the organization, the team, etc. You're just trying to build your brand. But we also know that the NFL is a brand. And it's $1 billion industry. And I just said that the average NFL player only plays 2 to 3 years. So if you're not an actual superstar, your window is very, very small. So why wouldn't you try to build your brand? Why wouldn't you try to get yourself as much as possible? Yes, there's a team. You're right. There is an organization. There are 52, 53, 51 other individuals that are looking for you to come in and play as hard as you can. And some people give their every last breath to the game of football, just like at a job. They give every last inch of their body to the game, to their job. That's my boss. That's my supervisor. That's my job. Is it? Is it yours? That's your supervisor? That's your boss? Oh, you know, everybody don't think exactly the same. Does that make it bad? Does that make it wrong? That means that, so, you know, and I'm going to give you a prime example, you know, like Andrew Wiggins on the Warriors. You know, they said, I heard a commentator say, you know, he just needs to get better. You know, there are some players that after the game, they go and they shoot more. But Andrew Wiggins, he's the guy who goes and spends times with his baby. God. So you get crucified for spending time with your baby? Now, we know all the circumstances are not the same for everybody. We do know that some of these young ballers in the form of money and in the form of ball do go out there and use that money in the wrong way and do too much with it and have a great old time and start drinking too much and start doing drugs too much, not working out enough, hanging with their old school crew and things like that. Anyway, let's continue on. Let me see here. Let's continue.
The league saying not, how can I be a better person? It's saying, how can I build my brand better? How can I build my social media following better? How can I work out on Instagram and show everybody that I'm ready to go, but when I get to the game, I don't perform? Dewayne Haskins, unfortunately, is not the first case that I've seen like this. Yes. And it won't be the last. And it bothers me because a lot of it is the young African-American player. They come in and they don't take this as a business. It is still a game to them.
They look at it as football.
This ain't football, man. This is a $1 billion business.
Yeah.
So with that being said, if it ain't football and it's $1 billion business, how could an individual be wrong for trying to build their brand? I'm just going off what they're saying.
So they can use it past 2 years.
So they can use it past 2 years or 3 years or 5 years or 7 years. There's plenty of people who have played for 5, 10, 15 years and still end up bankrupt, whether it's because they made a bad business decision or they just spent their money and was giving it all to the community, whatever the case may be. There's always some type of major judgment on someone. But you can't do what you want to do. You always got to do what somebody else is telling you to do. Yeah, Dwayne Haskins might have blew it. He might have been partying too hard. He might be only 23 years old, and we expecting all 22, 23, 24-year-olds to be these phenomenal, responsible, uplifted citizens who don't have nothing, ain't came from nothing, and then all of a sudden you got millions of dollars. And yeah, they say they got all these different programs and people that can tell you what to do and how to do it. Is it mandatory? Do you really care? I don't know. Just analyzing, listening. Let's keep going.
It's billions of dollars. They pay us a lot of money to talk about the game. So imagine what they pay these guys to play the game.
Yes. Yeah.
They play a child's game and get paid a king's ransom.
Okay, they play a child's game and a king's ransom. He said there's billions of dollars in this. So if they give these, analysts all this money, they get paid big money, and the players get even more money. But McFarland, you know that these organizations will cut you dry. You know that these organizations will have Terrell Owens go out there and within a month go play on a broken bone in his ankle, shin, or wherever, and then turn around and not want to pay that man. He knows that a guy has a punctured lung and 12 broken ribs and still wants you to get out there on the football field. Come on, McFarland. Come on, boss. And when he got on Monday night last year, I respected what he was saying. I respected how he was saying it, and I still respect him. But come on, McFarland. Come on, man. Come on. The running back for the 49ers. What's his name? Monsart. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, because I'm about to get fired up in here. Let me see. 40. What is it? Right on the tip of my tongue. 49. Raheem Mostert. That's his name. Raheem Mostert. He's the running back. I think he's number 31. This brother, let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Roster. Here we go. Where are you at? Yeah. Raheem Mostert. Okay. Mostert. This brother come to the goddamn 49ers. He tears it up last year. He's sitting there debating for $1.8 million or something along those lines in the offseason. Where he could have by far been given $10 million for 1 year, 2 years. But he out here debating and they questioning whether they're going to give him the money or not. When you thought about the 49ers last year making it to the Super Bowl, was it last year? It was the Super Bowl? When they played Kansas City last year? Yeah. Was it last year? Yeah, Kansas City. Raheem Mostert was part of the reason why they got to the darn Super Bowl. You know this money is funny. You know this is a cold, crazy business. Anyway, let's keep on going.
And it bothers me because I saw a quarterback do it. I saw Jamarcus Russell do it. The number one pick in the draft, they gave him $40 million and he threw it down the damn drain.
And he did. And he has a right to be PO'd about that. Jamarcus Russell, first round pick from the Raiders some years ago. He got caught up on that drinking stuff and kind of threw him off. And yeah, you could feel he probably was the same age, 23, 24. Let's see. Right? You get these youngsters in these situations, and I'm going to say it again. They're coming from, a lot of them, from poverty. Right? Let's see here. He was born in 85. He's 35. And let's see here. Let's see. Played NFL for 3 years. Right? So this is one of those sad cases that threw his whole life for a loop. 2007. Okay, he was the first overall draft pick in 2007. Okay, so if we jump back, if he's 35 now, and you jump back 13 years, he was 22. He was 22 years old with a $40 million contract. You give me $40 million at 22 years old, and I'm fresh out of Filmo without no guidance, without someone. No, you cannot get all that money right now. It's yours, though. You figure out another system. But they know that the money's coming back. Look, hey, this is deep. This is deep, right? So that's who McFarland was speaking on. And so he's probably had many discussions on how young African Americans have been in the league and have blown these situations and these opportunities. Now, these are facts that young black men have come into these situations and have blown the situation. No doubt. Here we go. Let's keep listening. Let's keep listening.
Because he didn't take it seriously. And it bothers me because there are a lot of jobs like this around. I'm going to tell you, I've been retired a while. It's not a lot of jobs like that around where they will pay you millions of dollars for virtually 6 months of performance. So now you hear that? He's saying that all you got to do is perform for 6 months and you'll get millions of dollars. That's a damn lie. We talk about professional athletes. They got to practice every day of their lives if they want to be the best. They're sacrificing their entire life. Yes, a lot of people would say, I would love to be in that position. Yeah, we think that. We hope that. I used to hope it and wish it too. I probably still wish it to this day. But if you live a little, you start understanding how easy anything can fall apart in life, how something can come pulling you down, holding you down, slowing you down. You asking for 12, 14, 16 hours of my day. Yeah, here go all this money. I mean, come on now. We see Deion Sanders up walking around and looking good now. But you remember when Deion Sanders had his show, he was in that that roller machine in his house. Remember when Deion had his reality show? He was on that scoot. You know why he was on that scoot? Not because his house was so big, because them body bones was aching for all them years. Yeah, he lives a beautiful, prestigious life now. And I know if Deion was on here, he'd give me a whole bunch of different rebuttals. But the fact of the matter is, we know it's real. We're still into the part that how we got to this conversation. My message to Dewayne Haskins, not just him, but the rest of the young players in the NFL. Man, this is a game, but take it as a business. There are billions with a B of dollars at stake. And until
it's a game, but take it as a business. Did it contradict itself a little bit? Because
branding sounds like business to me.
Branding is business. To make sure that people see me, come see me, know about me, study me, know my birthday, know my jersey number, know everything about me. Yep, I want you to know where I'm partying, because then you'll try to party with me and I'll become bigger and more of a celebrity. And yes, and all publicity is good publicity in some people's mind. Now, it's kind of controversial there, but I feel what McFarland's saying, though. I really do. He's so strong right now about it. He got some passion in it. And here we go.
Until you start approaching this game that way, until you start coming to work saying, you know what? What can I do to get better today? What can I do to make sure my teammates are better today? How can I put my organization first instead of my damn Instagram? Take it as a serious business, but too many times it's a game. We want to TikTok. We want to do all these different things. Man, do you understand how much money is at stake?
The brand is about being professional before you become a brand. The brand is about winning. You win, you're professional. Those other things come along.
They don't see it that way, though, Shefty.
And that was a good point. If you put in the hard work, the dedication, the time, the sweat, the tears, the grind, stay humble to what you're doing, and the good fortune will come to you. That's in one instance.
That's a fairy tale.
That is a fairy
That's a
tale.
fairy
Because
tale.
you need to go out there and make it happen.
I'm sorry. What's rubbing me the wrong way is like it seems like he's selling allegiance to the NFL as if they are an organization that cares about the individuals.
Right.
When they don't care about the individuals, they care about their organization and their brand, and they're just players within that brand.
Now he does work for the NFL.
You work for the NFL, that's fine, but you also have to secure your own self because they're not going to take care of you all like that when it's said and done.
Right.
They're not going to take care of you when you make a mistake. So you have to, I don't know.
Well, you know, I would say that they do help. Like if you get into substance abuse and things like that, I would think that the NFL helps out athletes to get recovered and things like that and to lead them back into, because you got guys like Alden Smith, you got the receiver, I can't think of his name, just came back with Seattle, but then he had to come right back. And there's been numerous players who have had substance abuse that have come back into the NFL, and they give them these opportunities to come back after making numerous mistakes. So let's finish. Here we go.
These young players don't see it that way. And Randy, it bothers me. And it's not just young black players, but this league is made up of majority black players. And so you see a lot of young players who come into wealth, who come into fame. They want everything that the NFL can give them, but they don't want to give the NFL nothing. Man, this game is a hard game. And so Dewayne.
So he said that the game gives you everything, but they don't want to give it back to the NFL. I know you got a lot to say. Go on, say it. Go ahead.
You're not taking into consideration that they're giving their physical body to the game. They're giving up their family.
It's a gladiator sport.
Gladiator.
No matter how much. And then on top of that, they're going to add another game to the season next year. 17 games. It's already 16 games. Then plus your playoff games. And now next year it's going to be 17 games. Go ahead.
I can't. I'm just sick. I'm just sick of this whole discussion.
Yeah. So the whole concept of not giving, and what he means really is the 100% dedication. I do understand what he's saying. He's just coming off a little like, what's going on here, right? Sounding like a company guy. He worked for the company. Yeah, here we go. Let's keep going. Listen.
Haskins, it's a sad example. Hopefully he learns from it.
I hope he does. Yeah.
I don't have confidence that he will, but hopefully he does.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how we got to this subject of Booger McFarland. I hope he can learn from this, but I don't have confidence in him that he will. I'm going to play that again.
NFL can give them, but they don't want to give the NFL nothing. Man, this game is a hard game. And so Dewayne Haskins, it's a sad example. Hopefully he learns from it.
I hope he does. Yeah.
I don't have confidence that he will, but
hopefully he learns from it, but I don't have confidence that he will. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is where someone would call you an Uncle Tom. This is where these type of statements come from. I don't know much about Booger McFarland other than what I gave you the stats off of this darn computer. But those type of comments are what fire people up. But also, that's also what's going to keep him his job too. By saying something controversial. I get it all. But I tell you this. I heard it. I got to talk about this. You don't have faith. So here's the scenario. God darn it. Booger McFarland, if you don't have faith as a black man up there in the 70% NFL, then who in the hell is going to have the faith? We're going to leave it to the owners? Where it's 100% Caucasian? Who are you going to leave it to? Who are you going to leave it to? The general managers? Where it's 80%, 90% Caucasian? Who are you going to leave it to? The other 30% of the players that are not black? If you don't believe in Dewayne Haskins, brother, then who is? We are literally all we have. We haven't seen what's been going on for the past 400 years. We are all we have. And if Booger McFarland says, I hope he learns from his mistake, but I don't have faith in him. God, it's not even the fact that he said it. It's the fact that he said it on live television for millions and millions of people to hear it. So that's like, hey, Booger, that's exactly how I feel. Not me literally, but the fact of the matter is there's a whole bunch of people that don't give a damn about what we do, how we do it, where we fall, if we get up, when we get up, why do we get up? The young brother obviously is going through something to the fact that he just got kicked off of a team. It's probably mainly simply because of youth. If you go back to the Michael Vick story, part of his downfall was he was hanging with his young crew. And then he was just oblivious to things because I'm popping. I'm Mike Vick. Oh, man, y'all over there doing that? Oh, man, y'all hot boys. Yeah, I know we fight dogs and everything, but damn, it's this big. I could be naive. Go ahead. But the fact of hold on. But the fact of McFarland saying, I hope he learned from this, but I don't have the confidence. That's like, he's the wait a minute. How old is Haskins? Haskins is 23 years old and McFarland is 43 years old. So I had my son at 19 or 20. I'm old enough to be a daddy. So McFarland is old enough to be a daddy. So that would be like my guy, James. That would be like Portia saying, hey, you know what? I don't have no faith. I hope you learn from it, but I don't got no faith that you will. And not only do you say it on live television, where already it's been proven to the world that there is a major God issue with this right here, this skin thing, and what we do and how we do it and how we've had to get through things and manage through things. You damn right there's some situations that we flat out could fix our damn selves. But still, to this day, there is always and will always be a big wall that stands in front of you on a daily. And on a daily, we have to walk around it. We have to go over it. We have to drill through it. And we still have to smile. Ain't that a blip? I'm sorry, you had something to say. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't condone violence against animals, people, or any type of God's creature. But Michael Vick, his name, right?
Correct.
He could go down for doing something that has been going on in this country since this country was started. They did it with human beings. They did it with chickens. They did it with all types of animals. And it got popular with dogs. So he's just doing what's been going on in this country. He gets to go down for something that's been going on. Then after that, they actually put human beings in a cage to pretty much fight to the death.
Which is that damn UFC.
Yeah, and then I'm just confused of the hypocrisy and somebody help me, please.
Hey, no, you're speaking the truth, and the truth will set someone free. I don't know if it'll set everyone free because everybody don't want to hear the goddamn truth. And that's part of the problem where we are. Because when you tell the truth, we still manipulate our way around the truth. But, hey, I'm still listening to my guy, McFarland. He was on one. I got plenty of friends and family members that are similar to that young man. You know, he just kind of got to catch himself, understand, damn, that was kind of a real strong statement. You know, we all make them, right? Brother, sister, uncle, daddy, mama, son, daughter, say something, got you mad as hell. Let my 22-year-old say something. I'm mad and woo, woo, woo. You asked me about him on a Tuesday. Today, Tuesday, I don't give a God that. I still love him, though, right? McFarland know that you got to be more mature about that situation. But again, he may be up for his his reinstatement of a contract. You know, McFarland trying to stay on the payroll at ESPN. But what he said wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. It's just, hey, man, you know, Randy Moss sitting there like, oh. Like when Asante said the other day when he said, yeah, they try to use LeBron James like a lab rat. I was like, oh. Yeah, so yeah. Or like the other day, the day before that, or a couple of days before that, he was like, it ain't no Santa. Don't be telling your children it ain't no Santa. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready. So if y'all see that, y'all see Randy's face over there, he like, like, Boog, you going there, Boog? You ain't have to go that deep, Boog. Let's see what it said right
Hopefully he does, because I've seen this cycle before. I came in the league in 99. You came in with 98. We've seen this so many times. When are these young guys going to learn that this is a business? And Susie, I truly hope he does that. Part of the
but
young guy.
Right? When are they going to learn? Right? He's seen it happen over and over and over where these young men have gotten these opportunities to be millionaires. Basically, that's pretty much what he's saying. To get this king's ransom playing this kid's game. But we also know that it's no longer a kid's game. It becomes the fight to the finish. And we know that people have been paid to go knock someone's head off, to go injure someone, to take them out the game. These are facts. Okay?
So is he saying that there are no, even though it's majority Black African Americans, is he saying that there has been no Caucasian or other player that have made a mistake like this? It's only African American players that's making a mistake like this?
That's yeah, you know, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go that deep on that, but because I think that he's speaking in general. It's just that, remember, if it's 70% of Black athletes, then whenever they're giving the story of someone rising then falling, a lot of times it is the Black athlete. And we already know that they're always going to push the other stories to the back because it's not as polarizing. It's not as intriguing. It's not going to get the backing the way that the stories get when a young Black man goes down and not doing something the way that he should.
The point I'm trying to make is that this is the issue of youth.
Right.
It's an issue of youth, and then not just youth, of individuals that come from backgrounds where they're not prepared how to handle money.
Right.
You know, or how to be in the society, because the way that they've been socialized to be in a society is opposite than what they want us to do.
Right.
By design. So what I don't get.
Yeah, well, you know, look, we're gonna come to the end here, and you know, we just gotta be aware, you know, and I'm a number one candidate for saying things where I may have to stick my foot in my mouth. McFarland may not feel like that. He may feel like, hey, I spoke 100% truth, and I'm going to tell you again, he was speaking the truth. But you have to take into consideration of all of the circumstances. Young guy, what was his background? Tons of money now. Who is he with? You know, I am giving my body, and he plays quarterback, for God's sake. Have some of y'all ever seen a quarterback get hit from the back? I don't know how Cam Newton ever survives any of his games. And he's 6'5", 260. These other quarterbacks is 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 220. Let's keep it 1 billion, man. They allow the refs allow the Black quarterback to get his head knocked off, man. I don't give a damn whether they get to run or not. Look here, man. I've watched many a football games. We ain't gonna go too deep. We're gonna end right there. I thank y'all for checking out with Like Father, Like Son. I'm your guy, Mr. Unknown. You guys be cool. We streaming live on YouTube. Y'all be good. In the words of the great Kojo the character, life's great no matter what. Peace out. Have a great night. And thank you to Tafara for her great insight on this subject this evening. Hopefully we can get her back more often. Peace out.
I'm trying to slide out with that.
Huh?